On Little Talks, don't be a passing time candidate. You know, always know when someone is not that into you. When they are not that into you, you're always the one to initiate contact. You are like an option. They are very distant in every way except sexually. You don't know their family member. They don't introduce you to their friends. They are busy all the time. They never ask about you. They never talk about the future. When you have someone around you that is like that, that person is not really into you. Walk away. Hello, you're welcome to Life Stories with Bussy. My name is dele-davids. Today I have a story from a guy named Muyiwa. And when he sent in his story, I kind of laughed. I had a few questions. But let's go into the story so that you understand what I'm saying. So he says, hello Bussy. My name is Muyiwa and I stumbled on your program on Instagram. What a rhyme. I see a lot of ladies speak to you about how their marriages are crumbling, and most times the husband is touted to be at fault. Most of them will never tell you how they contributed to the collapse of their marriages. I am married and I don't love my wife. You put that "I don't" in capital letter. I'm sure your viewers will judge me, but let me tell you the story. When I was 26, my mother was on and on about me getting married to her best friend's daughter. Pretty girl, well-schooled, respectful and all. I told my mother it wasn't possible. I was in love with another lady. My wife, Ayo, kept coming to our house to say hello to my mom, and she tried to get close to me. I opened up to her and I told her that I was in love with another lady. She said she understood and it shouldn't stop us from being friends. She got to know my girlfriend Cheta and even became friends with her. We used to hang out, go to parties together. I remember my girlfriend telling me once that Ayo, my present wife, was obsessed with me. But I waved it off. As far as I was concerned, she was like a little sister who was just tagging along with us. My girlfriend had traveled for her master's at the point. Then we had a major fight and we're not on talking terms for some months. It was during that time that things went beyond control and I slept with Ayo. Immediately after the deed, I was repulsed. It wasn't something I wanted to do from my heart, but I manned up and took responsibility for my action. I apologized to her. I remember asking her about ovulation. She said she would take money after pills. I went to the pharmacy with her. We got the pills and she went home. She stopped coming over and I called her a few times and she said she was fine. 2 months after, I started things with my girlfriend and we're back together. I got home one day and my mother came rejoicing and she was visibly excited. She told me she was going to be a grandmother. I didn't understand that. I'm my mother's only child. Imagine my shock at the news that Ayo was pregnant. Immediately, I called Ayo and she gave me one feeble story. I told her she would have to get rid of it. She said she tried it, but her mother already knew she was pregnant. At that point, I told her that I'll be responsible for the child, but nothing more. Before I knew it, our mothers were already planning Ashwebi. I remember telling my mama, my mom, I call her that several times, that I didn't want to marry Ayo. She tried cajoling me. She said it was the work of her enemies. She went for countless vigils and prayers in church. They called family meetings and did all sorts. I expected Ayo to tell her mother the same thing. To tell her mother that that pregnancy was a mistake. But she carried along with the wedding plans. One day she called me about the size of my rings. And for the first time I yelled at her, "What rings? I never agreed to marry you. I didn't even propose to you." It was as if she didn't hear anything I was saying. They continued their wedding plans. Aya was the one that leaked the news of the pregnancy to my girlfriend. Of course, that caused another war. My girlfriend cut me off. I kept trying to plead with her and I tried to explain myself, but all that fell on deaf ears. My mother didn't like Cheta anyway because she was Igbo. I stood my ground till the baby was about to be born. My mother didn't stop appealing to me. She begged me not to destroy the friendship with her friend of donkey years. By the way, I don't really like Ayo's mother. even before any marriage matter came up. I remember telling my mother many times that I believe Ayo's mother was quite manipulative. The friendship they had was always one-sided. It always tilted to favor Mama Ayo. But my mother took it like that. They had been friends from secondary school. My mother said I would learn to love and appreciate Ayo, but I couldn't get Jetta out of my mind. I agreed to the marriage grudgingly. On the day of the traditional marriage, I developed cold feet and told them to cancel the whole thing. You know how mothers are. I remember how she came to my room. She was already dressed. She kept rolling on the floor, crying that her enemies were at work. Her words were this exactly. Olumuyiwa ma dojuti mi. You are my only child. Ma jekaye fi mi shesin. Jaw, cover my nakedness. My mother raised me. My father died when I was about 2 years old. She remarried, but because my stepfather maltreated me, my mother left the marriage and never married again. I went ahead with the marriage, but my heart broke into a million pieces. I knew it was a mistake, but I told myself that I would try to make it work. But 5 years after, my feelings haven't changed. I realized Ayo is also quite manipulative like her mother. Of course, I discovered she didn't have any plan to get rid of the pregnancy when she discovered she was pregnant. Our mothers had told her to seduce me with the hope that I would change my mind or she would get pregnant and they would use the pregnancy to blackmail me to leave Cheta. Bussy, I tried to love her, but I couldn't. I went for counseling and all, but it hasn't done anything. I heard Cheta is married. I still love her. I know there's nothing left for me with her, and you would think this will give me closure and help me focus on Ayo. But I don't love Ayo. Ayo is the wife material. She does everything perfectly. She's a good mother, fantastic homemaker. She's doing well with her business, but she's not who I wanted. Ayo, my wife, knows this. I've told her many times. I remember a conversation we had, and she told me she knows I don't love her, but that she does. That she's always had a crush on me since when we were young, and her love is okay to make the marriage work. I have begged her to release me from this marriage. I've told her to date other men. She keeps going to see prophets, going to prayer mountains and all that. I see her doing different kind of things, bathing and reciting psalms in water at midnight, white fast today, 40 days fast tomorrow. And I just wonder why she didn't save herself all the stress when I said I didn't want this marriage. These days, I'm afraid to eat what she cooks. With all these concoctions she brings from wherever, I have stopped sharing rooms with her. We haven't been intimate for 3 years. I have had affairs outside, I won't lie. Ayo knows, but she doesn't bother herself about it. She doesn't bother herself with it. Our daughter is adorable and I love her to bits. I lied to myself that I would stay because of my daughter, but I don't even feel safe living with Ayo. My mother died recently, and this marriage was at her instance. I think I kept on with it because of her. Now she's gone, I'm planning to japa. I'm sure you know what that means. I'll make sure I take care of my child from wherever I go. I can't continue this charm of a marriage. There you have my story. But if told from Ayo's point of view, she would tell you she's tried all she can. And women like her will say men has come. But what do you call women like my wife, Ayo? What do you think of Muyiwa's story? I mean, when I saw this, I couldn't just understand. A man had told you that he didn't want you, and you went all the way. One of the things that I've told people a long time ago, that I keep on telling people, pregnancy has never stopped any man. So if you think that you can trap a man with pregnancy, you're just wasting your time. I mean, the married men who have children cheat. Why do you think the pregnancy would stop a man or would make a man marry you? Why do you want to stoop so low? For me, I felt bad for the girl. Why are you obsessed about a man that's not available? The man was never emotionally available to her. And she and the mother went on and on to try to control the guy's life and see where it has ended. I don't know. Women out there, again, pregnancy has never held any man. In my own thoughts, It's respectable to be a baby mama than to get married to a man that is not emotionally available to you. I might be wrong. What do you think? Please leave your comments in the comment section. So next time when we come your way again, my name remains Bisola dele-davids. Bye. Before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.